Hello and welcome to another Kids for Time video. Today we are reviewing Hang Time. Hang Time is my home park's newest coaster, my home park being Knottsberry Farm. It is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. I'm not just saying it's the only dive coaster in California, and yeah, I consider it a dive coaster. I mean, it hangs you over the drop. Not at quite the angle that the B&Ms do, but it's still a dive coaster. People are like, oh, just because it's by B&M, it's not a dive coaster. No, that's stupid. It's the only beyond vertical drop in California, and because I have only ridden coasters in Southern California, yeah, it's the only beyond vertical drop I've experienced. It has 5 or 4 inversions, depending on what you count as an inversion. And the best moment is a stupid airtime hill. It's focused on hang time, and the best moment is airtime. So, that's kind of funny. The scariest part is the vertical lift hill. And no more statistical categories for these reviews. So, without further ado, let's get on to the first category. So our first category is airtime, and this ride is called Hang Time. It has one of the very few moments of ejector airtime in the park. Here's all I can think of. Maybe Montezuma's Revenge, maybe Accelerator, Ghost Rider, and this. There's not that much ejector airtime in the park, but this ride has one hill of ejector airtime, and that's the best part of the ride. And you get some pretty good airtime on the drop and some airtime going into the brakes, but overall it's not a very airtime-focused ride. So I'm giving it if I have to think about this, I'm probably going to give it a 5 because it's not focused on airtime, but it has some good airtime. So let's move on to the next category. Now we're moving on to intensity. And in my opinion, this is not a very intense ride. I mean, it's just my opinion. It's like Accelerator, that's intense. This is not. It's just fun. It's fun. It's got some good hang time. Almost said hair time, but no, it's got some good hang time. Not much intensity. So for intensity, I'm just gonna give it a 4. 4 basically means like it's not intense. I mean, it's got a few moments of intensity, but it's not the most intense ride. So now we're gonna move on to the next category. Now we're looking at the restraints, and these are tied for my top 3 favorite restraints, tied with the Accelerator ones and the Ghost Rider ones. But these are pretty comfy restraints. And they're a lap bar, and it goes up and it inverts and has hang time, which hang time with a lap bar, I don't know any other hang time, but I'm assuming it's not as good with an over-the-shoulder restraint. But this is a really good restraint. It's really comfy. And because it's hydraulics, like I find myself with ratcheting restraints, it's like I ratchet it down. It goes down to one above where it can go. I'm like, oh, I don't feel secure. I push it down one more, and I end up being stabled. So I prefer hydraulic to ratcheting restraints, and this has hydraulic, which is good. And the ride, it's restraints. They're comfy. They're like the B&M clamshells, but with Gerstlauer. I've never experienced a B&M clamshell, so I don't know which one's better. So now we're gonna move on to the final 2 categories. Now this next category, you might see it on some reviews. You might not see it on others, and that's night rides. You know, sometimes you just don't get a night ride, and if you don't get a night ride, then it's unfair to review it. But oh my god, this ride is hauling at night. And it's got that amazing lighting package. And the reason why there's no lights on the drop is because the drop has a different track shape. But I like to think of it as what Adventures by Jake said. He said that it looks like the ride is the sand, and then as soon as you hit the lights, it goes into you hitting the waves. And I like that, so I'm stealing it. It's very fun ride. The night ride is amazing because It's got that amazing lights, and it's hauling at night. It's just a really good night ride. So for night ride, I'm giving it a 9. Also, I forgot to give the restraints a category, and thing I'm gonna give them also a 9. Now we're moving on to the final category, and the final category is fun. Is it a fun coaster? And this ride it's a fun coaster. It's really fun, and now fun's out of 20, so you gotta keep that in mind. It's a really fun coaster. It's like it's amazing because it's got some hang time. It's not too intense, so like it'll be your first experience of hang time. It's my first experience with hang time. It's got some good air time without being super intense air time. It's got a pop-up ejector. It's just a good introduction coaster. It's got some inversions. It's got some G's. It's just a good introduction coaster, and I really like it. It's just fun. It's not very intense, but it's fun. And I mean, that's all you want in a coaster, right? You just want it to be a fun ride. If it's fun, then if it has horrible restraints, if it's super short, if it's not very long, if it's not very fast, and it doesn't have any inversions, but you think it is one of the funnest experiences ever, then yeah, you'll like it. Just because it's not intense, or just because it doesn't have very many inversions, doesn't mean it's not fun. And this is a fun ride, so I am giving it an 18 for fun. Now let's tally up all the scores and see what we got. Let's go. Okay, so Hang Time's final score is a 6, and this is not the American education system. 6 is good. 6 is good. It's not like, oh, it's bad. 6 is good. 6 means that it's a good movie, or a good ride, I mean. And it is a good ride. It's a fun ride. It's not anything that'll blow you away like Accelerator or Ghost Rider, but it's a fun ride. Also, my previous reviews are invalid, so don't be like, oh, why do you like Zyklon better? I don't. It's just those previous reviews I was using a different style of. I was just using a different style. I'm probably going to change the style again. But for now, Hang Time has a 6. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another 3 days. Bye.